What is going on, you legends and legendettes of the interwebs? My name as always is Trances, and welcome to a top 5 video yet again. I haven't been really active on my channel for quite some time because I've been really busy at work. So Christmas is on the way. God. Which can only mean one thing: stress, unnecessary stress, unnecessary wrapping issues, because I have a lot of those. And of course, the Christmas films. I absolutely hate Christmas with a passion, mainly because I work in retail, which means everywhere's going to be hectic, people are going to get stressed, including myself, and I need a sort of an uplifting to get me into the Christmas mood. So, with that in mind, I'm going to do my top 5 films of my childhood. Yes, I know, it's another nostalgia video. Good one. But some of these films, some of you may not know, some of you may, but who knows? So here we go. Number 5. At number 5 is Home Alone 2. The old classic of Kevin McAllister gets left at home on Christmas because his family are such in a rush to try and get out of their house that they leave him in bed asleep. First of all, this is a really bad movie for child parenting. I don't suggest it in any way, shape or form. This film has a lot of comedic moments. Plus, Kevin, he rigs an entire block of flats into like some booby-trapped sort of, I don't know, it's just a really, really good fun film. Good to have the family around with as well, especially if you're watching it. And yeah, so that's going to be my number 5. Number 4. At number 4 is going to be Rocky 4. Yeah, despite the number, this is not the reason why this is number 4 on my list. I haven't really been a fan of Rocky films until this one. Mainly because it's a sort of a redemption video. It's a revenge video at the same time, or a revenge movie more like. For those of you that do know what Rocky is, you know exactly the reason why I chose this episode. Good one! I can really get my words out today. The reason why I chose this movie. Basically, Apollo gets his ass handed to him by a big, dense ass Russian. I can't even remember the name of him right now, to this point. But, and basically Apollo gets killed. And then Rocky travels all the way to Russia to challenge him to a boxing match. It's got one of the most iconic training montages in history. And the final match takes place on Christmas Day. So that's why it's on my top 5 list. A blood-soaked fight to the death is always a Christmas bonus. Number 3. At number 3. It is going to be a Doctor's... No, it's not going to be a Doctor's Seuss. Number 3... What's number 3? What could possibly be number 3? Number 3 is, of course, Elf. I absolutely love Elf. But it hasn't ranked this high up on the list because the other 2 films were very, very close, and there's no way in hell that this could compare to numbers 2 or 1. Christmas would not be complete for me without a bit of Will Ferrell in my life. Basically, Will Ferrell plays an oversized adult elf. Yeah, he was basically raised as an elf in the North Pole, and after creating absolute chaos and utter destruction in an elf kingdom, an elfdom, if that even makes sense, he's ostracized to go back to the US in search of his family. Will Ferrell would not be in a film without its comedic moments, and it's a Christmassy film, you know. You've got to laugh at certain parts throughout the movie just because it's Will Ferrell. So that's why it's at number 3. Number 2. Number 2 is Nightmare Before Christmas. A lot of people watching this will probably think, well, why isn't Nightmare Before Christmas your number 1? Nightmare Before Christmas for me is mainly a Halloween sort of feel of a movie. It's one of my all-time favourite Tim Burton movies. If we did a Tim Burton top 5, then it would be up there. But it's mainly, for those of you that don't know what Nightmare Before Christmas is, it's essentially the world is split into holidays. So you got your Easter, your Christmas, your Halloween, your St. Patrick's Day and Thanksgiving, I do believe. And essentially Jack Skellington gets bored of doing the same thing in Halloween Town, of doing the same old boring routine, trying to scare the living pants out of everyone really. And he then finds out about Christmas. So he thought, what better way than to kick off a new year than to take Halloween for myself and put my own dark and sadistic evil twist on it. It is animated, and it's just a work of pure genius. I know every word of every line of every lyric to this movie. I know the soundtrack off by heart. I love this film to death. But it's not as good as number one. Number one. So, number one is Jingle All the Way, one of the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movies on this planet. If you're discounting Predator and Terminator. So, Jingle All the Way is essentially a film where Arnold Schwarzenegger plays the role as a dad, and he then promises his son that he will get anything that this child desires. Originally enough, this kid desires a doll named as Turbo Man. Although Turbo Man is possibly the worst name for a doll ever. I mean, it's kind of a rip-off of Flash, let's be honest. But this movie is just utter chaotic. It's got a really, really good Christmassy feel to it. And Arnold Schwarzenegger dresses up as a Turbo Man himself. So what's better not to, to enjoy? I love this film so much. This is the one film that I will watch non-stop at Christmas. It was a film that was on quite a bit throughout my childhood. It sort of died off as newer films were released, like Polar Bear Express, the Santa Claus 2, which was just plain awful, let's be honest. And although these films did not have a sort of a Christmassy feel as such, I know a few of them did, but some of them didn't, this film deserves this spot at number one because it's parenting at its utter finest. A dad will do anything that he possibly can to get his hands on this doll for his child. And not only does it feel good as a whole, it's just a brilliant film to watch. So be sure to go check them out. If you completely forgot what I just said, because I know that I certainly did, I will of course put the names of the top 5 in the link down below. And yeah, that's going to pretty much wrap up my Christmassy top 5 movie feel goodness. So until next time guys, my name as always has been Trances. Hit my like, share, comment and subscribe buttons. Hit me up on my personal accounts, which are my Facebook, my Twitter, my Google+, my Tumblr and the Trances Instagram. Which can of course will be found in the links down below. And this is probably one of the last vlogs that I'll probably be doing for this year. Coming up by the end of this year, I will be doing a montage video of my favourite moments from this year as my first proper year on YouTube. So be sure to stick around to that. If you're new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe. And until next time, I love your faces. Peace out. Have a very good fucking Christmas. I love your faces. Bye.